Donor-advised funds, a focus on an emerging trend in charitable giving, by Christopher D. Lumley, Organizational Leadership, Waldorf University, PA 6304, Local Government Planning, for Dr. Leanne Murdoch. What is a donor-advised fund? A donor-advised fund is basically a charitable investment account, which the typical donations are cash or securities and other appreciated assets. How do donor-advised funds work? A donor donates to the fund. Donations to one or more charities is given out of the fund. Donations can be immediate or delayed, and any growth to the fund is tax exempt. What can be donated? Cash and cash equivalents such as checks or wire transfers, publicly traded securities or a mutual fund, restricted stock, Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, private equity or hedge fund interests. Seems simple, so what's the catch? Donors can advise the fund manager, that is, they can request their funds be given to certain charitable organizations. The donor can only support IRS qualified 501c3 organizations, that is, those that are recognized by the IRS. Donors can receive any personal benefit or cannot receive any personal benefit from the recipient. Examples would be a school the donor's grandchild will attend, or tickets to a charitable event the donor wishes to attend. Other prohibitions are donors cannot receive any benefit from their contributions. Donors cannot use the fund to redeem a pledge, and donors also cannot receive any thank you or other recognition from the charity receiving the final gift. Interesting facts about the Fidelity Charitable Gift Fund. According to the Council of Nonprofits, Fidelity Charitable Gift Fund is the second largest philanthropic organization. The largest is the Gates Foundation, Public Charities, which you know is the Bill Gates Foundation. Donor advised funds, or DAF, are a two-edged sword. A DAF allows donors to transfer funds to unsophisticated charities. This is a good thing. They help to transfer things like mutual funds or cryptocurrencies. These unsophisticated charities would be charities that don't have the knowledge or technology to receive these gifts or the funds from the gifts. Donor advised funds allow charitable giving over the life cycle of the donor as well. So the donor can contribute to the donor advised fund, and then the fund can release those funds over time as long as the donor is alive. There's some dissenting views on donor advised funds as well, though. There is no time limit on how long a donor advised fund can hold a donation. This means charities may not get funds as quickly. It also means that society has to wait for the funds, which means a charity that may be in need may have to wait, say like a food kitchen waiting on funds, or some other organization such as that will have to wait. Their budgets may be crunched more because they have to wait on the funds. Other organizations are not recognizing donor advised funds because they have no charitable mission. A charitable mission would be like the Red Cross wanting to help with disaster relief or with blood drives or other things of that nature. Donor advised funds are also viewed as just another donation tool, meaning that they're not really a charity themselves, but they are just a method or a tool that people can use to give to other charities. Donors claim that the donors claim the tax deduction immediately, but the gift may sit indefinitely in the fund. Fidelity Charitable has received more contributions than the next 5 dedicated cause nonprofits combined, which is an amazing fact. Other negative aspects of donor-advised funds are WIN and World have both called for congressional and IRS action against donor-advised funds. They say legislation should be passed to ensure donor-advised funds are dispersed to mission-minded charities. Because sometimes these donor-advised funds contribute to other donor-advised funds, so it becomes just a cycle of funds that the money will go into instead of helping needy charities. More issues with donor-advised funds are World stated that the gift dispersion rate from a donor-advised fund is nearly identical to those from public charity endowments. So this means that some stocks within a fund have plummeted, or another problem is that some stocks within a fund have plummeted before they were dispersed, but the donor still received the tax deduction on the original valued amount. That sounds confusing, but that's the strange nature of donor-advised funds and the way that deductions are given. Conclusion. Donor-advised funds can be a useful tool for charitable giving. The funds should be dispersed sooner rather than later. They shouldn't just sit around, but they should be given to needy charities. Donor-advised funds remove the relationship quotient from charitable giving. This is such as a school that receives funding from a donor. Usually when a school is needing funds, they request that directly from a donor, and there's a relationship built there before the funds are actually given to the organization. It takes that relationship out of it, and as well as donors don't have direct contact with charities. Legislation is also weak when it comes to donor-advised funds. And for me, the legitimacy of a donor-advised fund is questionable. Like I said, sometimes donor-advised funds give to other donor-advised funds, which give to other donor-advised funds. So it becomes a cycle. So it makes me question, are they just another rich man's way of getting another tax deduction? Thanks for listening, and good day.